What's going on YouTube? Scrammy here, coming at you with another extreme test for the Sonim XP8. Now, if you've watched my videos, you've seen that I've put this Sonim through every chemical under the kitchen sink and anywhere else. I've put it in anything you can think of. Well, today I decided, as you can see, there's a good bit of dirt and crud all around inside this phone. And I've already put it through the dishwasher a couple times, and it came out perfectly fine. So I decided I would switch it up and try something a little bit different. Now, we've all seen your generic wheel and tire cleaner here. So this is just a really intense, I guess, emulsifying agent here that should take off all dirt, debris, and all of that fun stuff, brake dust, and also you can see it may just give me cancer, so that's alarming. But anyway, the instructions for this are basically you spray it on, let it sit for 30 seconds to a minute, and spray it off, and that's supposed to clean everything. Well, to make this way more interesting, and because if it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing here, I'm going to take the Sonim. We're going to put it in a sacrificial Tupperware little container here, and I'm going to fill it up. I'm going to completely submerge this Sonim, and it's going to stay submerged for over 1 hour. Now, I can pretty much guarantee you all of the gaskets and watertight seals that are on the Sonim have been eroded and degraded through all the chemicals I've put at it. And you know, I'm just curious, will it just make the Sonim really, really shiny? Is it going to do anything to the Sonim? I don't know, but we're going to find out. Let me know what you guys think is going to happen. But without further ado, we're going to take the Sonim and just find out what happens. It is fully functioning right now, and at the end we will fully go over it to make sure everything still works, or find out if it died or not. So without further ado, the Sonim is about to get squeaky clean. Alright guys, so here we go. I've fully submerged the XP8 and it is 303 if you can see that. There it is. Well, this is really, really foamy. Now again, it did say no more than 30 seconds to a minute before you rinse this off. There are plenty of other warnings that are all about this stuff. So yes, I am wearing a rubber glove, just in case, because, you know, don't want to get that cancer. Maybe, maybe not. But we're going to check this in 15 minutes, another 15 minutes, and so on and so forth, till we get to at least 1 hour, because I really want to test this. I hope we get a squeaky clean Sonim, or we're just going to end up with a dead one. So, I'll see you in 15 minutes. Alright guys, here we go, up to our next 15-minute check. I do have to say, I kind of got a little distracted there, and it's been well over 15 minutes. So, let's see if we can get a good look at it. Okay, and power button. And look at that, 327. So we put the Sonim in at 303, I believe it was. And so far, it appears like not much is going on. We won't know until the end, and I actually start opening the internet and checking the cameras and video, all that good stuff. But right now, we're looking good, and since we're at 330, technically it would be about the half-hour check, but I'm still going to consider it the 15-minute check. So by the end of this test, yes, we're going well over an hour, guys. I hope this works out, but in the end, we don't know, I don't know, but we will get to the bottom of it and find out.
Alright guys, here we go.
We're now heading into our half-hour check, which again is more like 45 minutes or more because I was a little late. And something else I just realized, how raggedy this glove I have on is. I was using super glue with it, and apparently I didn't wash it off good enough because every nasty, goopy thing that could get on it under the sink totally did. Anywho, let's get in for this check. 3, 2, 1, and boom, 3:49. The phone is still on. We don't know what the camera looks like on the back yet because I'm not going to take it out of here. So this is going to be our half hour, which... Alright guys, here we go. We're doing our 45-minute check, which is more like over an hour, but for the sake of it, we're calling this 45 minutes. So in 3, 2, 1, blammo. Look at that. It is still on, still going. So on to our next 15 minutes. The phone appears to be just fine, getting squeaky clean. So we got 15 more minutes to go. Hopefully it survives. We'll go over it. Either way. Alright guys, here we go. We did it. We went the full hour. In fact, we went well over an hour. So, in 3, 2, 1, and bam, you can see the Sonim is still on. Now, I'm going to go to the sink, just spray this off real quick, and we'll get back to it and check over everything. Alright guys, here we go. I got the phone cleaned off. A good bit of time has actually passed since that last little segue because I was cleaning off my Sonim and I was messing around with it in the water while I was washing it off. Well, I was pushing buttons and I inadvertently hit because the screen was still locked. It really wasn't responsive because it was still underwater. Well, it did respond when I hit emergency, and yeah, I can't even make this up. The freaking cops came to my house because I accidentally called 911, and unfortunately, because I called, the phone was still soaked, so they couldn't hear me calling them. I could kind of hear them, but they could not hear me. So it ended up, by the time I called the sheriffs back to say, hey, that was an accident, well, they were already at the door. So I guess you could say the emergency button, the emergency function of the phone clearly works because the police were just here. I'm still kind of worked up over it. And what made it 3 times worse was because I was already like, oh crap, the cops are actually here. So I answered the door in a huff. They came in, and it just so happens that I was cleaning a bunch of things, and I had my knife holder I was using to hold up my phone so I could make this video work a little better with the angle. So they come in the door, and oh look, I got a bunch of knives just chilling here, really awkwardly. So yeah, they had to do a tour of my house, and so that was fantastic. Although they did say, hey, you got a banging stereo system in your bedroom there. And I said, why, thank you. So that just happened, and I can't freaking believe that. That is kind of sort of hilarious. So as you can see, they called back a bunch of freaking times, and every time the sheriff's office called me back, well, yeah, they couldn't hear me, so they said the sheriffs are on their way. Wow. Fantastic awesomeness. That was a first. Anywho, let's get back to this. Sorry, I'm still a little worked up. Anywho, so as you can see, yes, the Sonim is still on and functioning just fine. We can scroll through. Now we're going to bring up the camera real quick. And the camera appears to be working. Kaboom. And video. Video appears to be working. And now, let's just pull up YouTube real quick. Make sure everything else is working. Okay, YouTube. We'll go to my channel, as always. Boom. We're just going to hit the first video. And yeah, it's pretty quiet. But it is on. It's just quiet, you know, because the speakers are full of water. And that's one of the reasons why the cops couldn't hear me and came to my house. So, let me get rid of that. Yeah, the Sonim will survive wheel and tire cleaner. And I guess you could say it marginally made it cleaner, but nothing too serious. It did get rid of all that brim of dirt. So that technically it worked. Do I recommend you do this to your phone? No, I do not. But hey, it happens. And if you did do it for over an hour, your phone would be just fine. And also, it will call the cops and you could be implicated in some sort of kidnapping or something. I don't know, but it happened. And the final news is, for anybody wondering, Android 10 has come out for the Sonim XP8 on the Verizon network. Unfortunately, I'm on the at&t network, so I don't get that luxury, at least not yet, but I am waiting for it, and that will be awesome. It's basically just going to refresh the entire phone. So I'm hoping for the Android 10 update soon. Will I get it? I don't know. But in the meantime, yes, the phone is still impenetrable, smash proof, and everything else proof. And yes, it likes the cops. So, this is Scrammy, wild turn of events. I'm out of here.